Hey guys, I hope you can see this drawing. So, if we partnership as a company, this is my partnership as a company with you guys. That's us. That's a nice future. Just kidding. That was my nephew that drew that. But what we are thinking is, what I'm thinking is something like, hope this is recording. Yeah, it is. So, if, we've got you guys, so what do you guys bring to the table, which is your leads? You guys have leads, right? That's pretty much, I guess, the main thing you guys have. Can't really see the color blue very well. Try another color. Nope, that one's out. Let's try this color, leads. So you guys have leads, right? And yeah, and what do we have is we've got a system set up. And so we would just create I guess we would still keep our company Holy Mess Repairs, but then we would create a separate company or just take over the company and just run it separately. But the system we have set up is we've got the staff, we're easy to expand, we can hire more staff easily in the office. We've got all the, like a proven record of being able to hire and keep companies going. We've got a lot of compliance, even stuff that you guys might not be aware of. So everything we do, we've got to make sure that we're doing it as per the law, licensees. Even when we send a job out, we make sure the health and safety documents are sent out with each job. So on your side, in this scenario, we're thinking that, we're not going to need any of your stuff. We don't really need vehicles, we don't really need your warehouse. We don't even need employees. Reason being that we've got that's Holy Mess. We've got every single suburb of section of Melbourne. We've got good subcontracting teams of plumbers that each team sometimes has 6 people, and they're highly motivated, well-run teams. So we wouldn't really need your vehicles, warehouse employees. You can keep all that separate from us, and you can sell them off or do whatever you want with them. So I guess what we're really just doing is keeping the image of your company going, and whatever system, I'm not sure what systems your company has, but I'm not sure if we can incorporate that, because we've already got systems and procedures and office and staff, and we spent a majority of our time and effort building these systems that other people don't have. Like, we don't really have the fear of people leaving inside the office because we've got the system set up to retrain new people. We can expand easily. So yeah, we can expand. And I think it comes back down to who's going to run the company in a way that's legally and compliantly okay. So we've got a proven record for that as well. Every single step of the way, we make sure that each box is ticked. So we're back to your side. So from your side, you've got a company, you've got leads coming in. We would then run it as a separate company, keep it under your license. your company, ABN, etc. And then we'll just have to figure out a way to split the profits, you know? So I guess the advantage being that you can sell your vehicles, you don't have the issues of employees, you don't need an office staff anymore, you don't need your warehouses anymore. The only thing you really need is to trust us to then take over all your leads, and then we'll run the company separately under your licensing, and then at the end of the year we have to sort of figure out how we're going to split that money. So why do we not need vehicles? It's because we already have subcontractors already doing it for us. Why do we not need a warehouse? Again, the subcontractors doing it for us. Why no employees? Because we have subcontractors doing it for us. So then it frees you up to get rid of that. So as opposed to, you know, if you were to try to run the company yourself, then you have to find someone to then stand in and run it, and you got the fear of them leaving. If you've got large jobs on, if you've got large jobs on, then you have if the people running the jobs leave all of a sudden, then you've got a huge liability or debt, and then you have to step in and take over it when you may not have the people and the ability and the skills and the knowledge to be able to take over at that point. A lot of people are in that position when businesses are sold off. So, what's the other option if you were to sell the company off? I don't think you'll benefit from it because people will buy everything off you at bottom dollar, and you won't really get anything from it. What we're looking at, if you team up with us and we'll keep it as a separate company, is ongoing income. Depending on what this generates, the leads, then you could take a percentage every year, and then that's it. You know? So you've got like as versus if you were to try, you can close the company down and you get nothing. You just try to sell your assets. You get nothing for all the goodwill that you've built through the company. Or if you try to sell it off, then people will just buy everything on the cheap, and because you've got nothing to really sell off in the company, because people that want to buy it won't really give you any value for it. So if you sell it off, get some prices, see what happens. You'll also have quite a lot of liability and debt that at that point we don't know if it's going to be, if the job will be finished at the point of sell off or people will leave all of a sudden. So you might have liability and debt. Versus if you come with us, then, if we're turning over 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, then if you get a percentage of the profits, then that's an annual income forever, the only clause we'd probably have is, you'd have to keep your license going. Even then, if you don't want to, we have licensing, but it would be good if you kept your license going. And from our side, what do we need to do is just make sure that we are honest with how we treat the leads and we keep it separate from this company, and that way whatever comes in through here, you're benefiting from it. And we'll just have to figure out some kind of agreement of who gets what and who owns what. And if something were to happen to me, if I get sick and I can no longer work, what happens to these companies? Or if you stop trading, or if you don't want to be licensee holder anymore, or you want to step away, then what happens? We have to have some kind of clauses in case something were to happen. But best case scenario, we keep running the companies, we split the profits as the year end comes. The advantage for you is if you have a lot of cash invested in this, you don't need to invest the cash anymore. You don't need payroll. You don't need, all these assets can be sold off. Even the jobs are so small usually that you don't need to keep millions of dollars in the company to keep it running. Because the jobs get done and sold and within 1 or 3 days, because we're doing mainly maintenance here. the bigger, larger jobs, we wouldn't be able to do those $1, $2, $3 million jobs that you guys potentially might be doing. Those massive construction jobs. We can do the roofs for sure, and to float those jobs and keep them going, it's a lot easier now because we're using subbies. So the contractor pays us. So the contractor that we get that big job off, they pay us. We pay the subby. Again, cash flow is not affected. So all these cash flow issues where your bank wildly drops and rises hundreds of thousands monthly will no longer happen because we're not holding employees and all this kind of stuff. And we're also doing maintenance jobs which don't require all these large cash flow issues and not getting paid on time and all that kind of stuff, because it's the larger $1 million jobs that you've got to invest a lot into to get the job, and you've got to pay all your staff, and then you've got to wait for stage payments, and then keep investing in your staff, and hopefully at the end you get a profit, and then after a year or two, then you've got to reinvest it in your next project as well. So that kind of stuff will be stopped because we won't be doing the $1, $2, $3 million projects. We will be doing, hopefully we get the roofing jobs, the mid-sized ones. And that's my thoughts on it.